Today, we're going to decode the fascinating psychology behind your workday routine. We're going to discover exactly why your unique, maybe even quirky habits are actually massive signs of a high-functioning mind. Have you ever wondered why you work the way you do? Well, today, we're looking directly at the research to unpack the cognitive architecture driving your daily productivity. Let's get right into it. So here's our structural roadmap for today. We are going to decode your work routine, look at the need for cognitive quiet, and explore the selective organization advantage. From there, we'll dive into discipline through automaticity, solitude, and counterfactual thinking, and then finally, we'll wrap it all up with reclaiming cognitive independence. Kicking things off with Section 1, decoding your work routine and the science of habits. Most people just assume workday habits are random preferences, but they actually act as a direct window into how your brain processes information and self-regulates. To figure out your own psychological architecture, I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Are you a monk or are you a multitasker? Seriously, think about your absolute ideal work environment for a moment. Do you need absolute pin-drop silence to get things done? Or do you actually thrive right in the middle of a crowded, super noisy coffee shop? Your answer actually reveals your brain's arousal preference. See, if you relate more to the monk, your brain relies on what's called cognitive inhibition. That just means it needs isolation to actively block out the rest of the world. But if you're the multitasker, you're relying on the chaos around you to stay engaged through diversified stimulation. And hey, neither is wrong. They're just completely different systems of executive control. Moving on to Section 2, the need for cognitive quiet and protecting your bandwidth. Let's look at how your reaction to background noise reveals your nervous system's specific sensitivity. The real driving force behind all this is cognitive bandwidth. Basically, this is the mental capacity available for deep processors to think and function. And man, it can be burned through so quickly by social noise or physical clutter. So if you're someone who requires total silence, it's not because you're antisocial. It's actually because deep processors burn through this cognitive bandwidth way faster in noisy environments. A sensitive nervous system simply cannot ignore the noise. It literally processes all of it, which drains your energy incredibly fast. So the absolute crucial takeaway here is that a high need for cognitive quiet is actually a biological strategy. It's your body's way of protecting your executive function. Silence gives your brain the space to think, to feel, and to breathe. You are essentially creating a protective barrier around your mind so you can actually sit down and do your absolute best work. All right, Section 3, the selective organization advantage, or as I like to call it, the chaos advantage. Take a good look at your workspace right now, because a chaotic desk might not actually mean what you think it means. This brings us to the concept of selective organization. This is a mental efficiency strategy where high IQ minds dedicate energy only to what truly matters, totally ignoring surface-level details. So listen, if your workspace looks a little chaotic, you aren't lazy. You're just practicing selective organization. You are refusing to waste your precious mental energy on things that just don't offer a return on your investment. There is often this massive contrast between the external perception of a mess and the internal reality of high mental efficiency. You might have a super messy physical desk because you're ignoring those surface-level details. But at the exact same time, you probably have perfectly structured digital files and core ideas. You're prioritizing what actually moves the needle, which really just proves that true organization happens in the mind, not just on top of a desk. Let's jump into Section 4, discipline through automaticity, which is all about executing on autopilot. We're going to explore exactly how you handle your biggest tasks and whether you wait around for a burst of inspiration or if you rely on a rigid system. So this whole idea relies on automaticity. Now, this is a state of executive control where your habits run on autopilot without needing some huge dopamine rush or intense emotional motivation just to get started. Truly disciplined people, they don't rely on their emotions to start working. They've reached a state of automaticity. They absolutely do not wait around to feel inspired. They just execute. And this builds into a really reliable framework. First step, you create what are called implementation intentions. These are your fixed plans. Step 2, you take action completely regardless of how you feel emotionally. And finally, step 3, your habits just run on autopilot. By moving through these steps, from fixed plans straight to autopilot, you master a level of executive control that lets you execute even on your absolute worst days. It's a real game changer. This is exactly how you turn action into a rock-solid habit that doesn't fail you when you're super tired or stressed out. Moving to Section 5, solitude and counterfactual thinking and how they tie into your creative networks. Okay, if you find yourself needing to take long, solitary walks right in the middle of the day, you should absolutely never, ever feel guilty about it. And the reason for that is a fascinating phenomenon called counterfactual thinking. Basically, this is the process of imagining alternative outcomes and possibilities. It helps you build unique insights and connect seemingly totally disconnected ideas. This deep thinking state is so essential
because highly intelligent people use it to activate the brain's creative and problem-solving networks. Sometimes you just literally need to step away from the immediate task to see the bigger picture.
So the bottom line here, you aren't avoiding work. You're actually entering a deeper thinking state to build insights that most people totally miss. Far from avoiding your job, this solitude is exactly where the real innovative work is actually happening. It's usually right there, in the silence of a walk, that two completely unlinked concepts finally click and connect in your mind. Finally, we arrive at section 6, reclaiming cognitive independence, or really, reclaiming your mind. Let's bring this whole shebang together to understand the ultimate mindset shift we need to make when it comes to our workday routines. When you really understand your routine, it stops being a chore and becomes a powerful form of emotional regulation. It protects your focus from digital conditioning, it keeps you out of those sneaky dopamine traps, and ultimately, it allows you to achieve true cognitive independence by perfectly aligning your work with your specific brain wiring. By embracing these strategies, you finally stop trying to force yourself into that standard 9-to-5 mold and start actually protecting your mental clarity. Because real productivity, it is absolutely not about just being busy. It's about fully owning how your unique brain works best. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final, really vital question. How will you redesign your routine to protect your cognitive quiet? Remember, your unique routine is not a flaw. It's your personal strategy for success. So keep decoding your mind and leaning hard into the habits that empower you. Take a really hard look at your day tomorrow and ask yourself, does this actually serve my brain's architecture, or am I just following the crowd?